Welcome back across Nevada to Face to Face. NFL players are taking the weekend to sleep on a proposal from owners. The season is a staple for Nevada sports books and other businesses. Joining us with his take on the talks, the future of pro sports in Nevada, much more, former NFL player Vernon Fox. Pleasure to have you on the program, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, John.
All right, let's talk about this. This is kind of a bizarre situation. It's announced with great fanfare this week that the owners have surprisingly voted unanimously. They never do that, right? 31-0 for this, and then suddenly it comes out, well, the players still have to ratify this. And now the players are actually getting a lot of blowback on sports talk radio for not immediately embracing it. Public relations has a lot to do with these kinds of things, doesn't it?
Right, certainly. I think that was the target plan of the owners, was to put it out there and kind of put the ball in the players' courts and, you know, kind of leave the decision in their hands at this point. But I think that it's really needs to be said that the players really haven't had an opportunity to thoroughly investigate, you know, what the plan is and to kind of take a look at what the agreement has been put in place. And so I think that it's proper for them to take the time to take the weekend and take a look at that, and I think that Tuesday is enough time for them to, you know, take a look and find out if it's something that's going to work for everyone.
I'm sure you still talk to players in the NFL, and you were a player, of course, yourself. What is the likely attitude? I mean, do you think that they thought for a long time that there might not be a season, or is there a sense, as maybe as to use the analogy of the debt ceiling talks in Washington, there's going to be a deal, it's just going to take forever, and everybody has to posture and puff their chests out? What do you think the players' mindset is?
I think it was more so the latter. Most of the guys felt confident that something would take place and that we would eventually come to a plan and an agreement, but it was just a matter of how long that would take. And so I think the consensus now with all of the guys is, you know, I honestly, I believe that people are a little frustrated that it's just been kind of thrown out there, and really there's a misconception, and I think the players are kind of getting the bad rap on this end. And so right now at this point, I think that it's proper, you know, that they take that time, and the players are, you know, they're really serious about this, and I think that it's a serious matter. We're talking about a 10-year potential deal, and so it's something that's going to affect not only the present players but the past players and those that are coming in the future.
So you think there'll be a deal?
Certainly. I think at some point they'll get done. I don't know if Tuesday necessarily, but I certainly do believe. It's interesting to see what the deal, the details of the deal are. I think when those things come out, then we'll have an opportunity to kind of find out, because at this point it's just kind of skepticism, and we really don't know exactly what the details of the deal are. And so the players really have to have an opportunity to take a look at that.
Let's shift gears and talk about Las Vegas and talk about whether you're a local boy made good. As I said, you're back here now. You have a place here. Have you ever thought about pro sports in Vegas and whether it ever has a chance, whether it's NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, even pro soccer?
Right.
Have you ever thought whether there's any chance it would happen here?
I think there's an extreme optimism, especially for someone that is, you know, local. You know, being from Las Vegas, I mean, obviously that would be tremendous for not only our city, but just for someone that's been
realistically here. Though, I mean, yeah. I want it, you want it, a lot of people want it. Was there a stigma when you played in the NFL? Did people talk about Vegas and they'd laugh if it came up ever that there'd be pro sports there? Is there still a stigma about gambling, or has gambling become so prevalent now that there's not as much of a stigma? What do you think?
I think that with the gambling scene here in Las Vegas, and as you stated, people that don't live here, you know, it's a joke when you mention sports and you talk about professional sports in a city like this. People just don't think they can coexist, and so because of that, you know, we're the ones that hope from the inside looking out, but everyone on the outside looking in, I don't think that they see it as a reality.
What's it going to take, do you think? A lot of people think, and there have been all these proposals, I don't know how much you know about this, all these arena proposals. There's where's the best place to build one? How many do we need? Should it be on the Strip? Should it be downtown? Where should it be? How important do you think it is for any pro sports commissioner to see that we are actually going to have a real NFL quality, NBA quality, Major League Baseball quality arena built before these talks ever get serious? How important is that?
You know what, that's important, but I think what's more so important is the backing and the support. We really need that from the city. We've tried our hand at a lot of things. You know, we've had a Canadian football team here, we've done the XFL thing, and we actually have a pretty successful UFL team right here in Las Vegas, but the support has really not been there when it comes to athletics in Las Vegas, and for one reason reason or another. And so I don't know if it's the competitive side of what we're dealing with the economy and with casinos and all the other things going on. But of course, we have the funding, and I think that we could have an awesome stadium here. It's not a matter of where it is, but it's a matter of the people backing it and supporting it, and for it to exist here in Las Vegas.
It's interesting you bring that point up. I mean, it used to be the town talked about, okay, we love the Runnin' Rebels, and outside of that, no one really cared about anything. But it's not I mean, you grew up here. It's not a regular community, right? And to get the whole disparate elements of all the community to come together, that's really a big challenge here, isn't it?
It certainly is.
How do you do it?
Man, that's the mystery. And I think once we conquer that portion of it, then we'll move one step closer to that becoming a reality. But at this point, we have so many people that the efforts and all of the attention are in so many other places. I just don't know if professional athletics here in Las Vegas, I don't know at this point in current time, I don't know if it can really take off.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Vernon Fox, pleasure having you on the program. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right.